Hey everyone, Sean here. Time for an update on the Schwinn. So since the last video that I posted, that I'll admit wasn't a great quality video, um, and so I've learned a little bit more about the Schwinn also since I've had it. But anyway, let's get into the update. So here it is, the 2020 Schwinn Aluminum Comp, and this is the update. So since the last time, I'll kind of go through things again. Starting up here at the top, this is a Bontrager bar, and this bar actually came off of the Trek Marlin 6 over there. The bar that came with it was a little bit shorter, and I think it was a 670 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken. This bar is a 620 millimeter, and I've just gotten used to riding, both of these are 620, and I've gotten used to riding with that. I replaced the grips on it with these, it's not leather, it's Naugahyde. But anyway, they have foam underneath Naugahyde, and then there's a hard shell underneath that. So they're really soft, and I don't do any like serious off road tracks or anything like this. Mountain biking trails with this bike. It's more of, I can go off and do some light trail riding and something like that, or mostly I stay on bike paths. But I just wanted something comfortable, and that was a little more cushy than the grips that came with the bike, so I went with these. And so far, I like them. The original set that I got, this is the second set. The original one, as you would twist the Naugahyde wrap, leather wrap, whatever you call it, fake leather, but it was starting to twist off, and I guess the glue underneath it came off, or just loosened up. So I sent those back, and they sent me a new set, and so far, about 4 rides in now, these have been great, no issues with them. You can choose your color of stitching here. I went with the red to kind of match the accents of the bike. I replaced the shift lever up here for the front derailleur. I actually took the derailleur off, and I'll get to that in a moment here, but I went with the Wake one, and it's aluminum, and it's been a good handle so far. So I came with 2 of them. I just replaced the front brake lever, but all in all, though, no issues with the Wake levers, and they're not expensive, and they seem to be pretty good quality. It's still the original stem, and I kind of seem to like this stem anyway, the length of it, and it seems to be holding up pretty well. Nothing's loosened up or anything. So, Toe Peak handlebar bag. I went up north for, through the holidays and everything. I took the bike, this Schwinn, up with me, and I was layered up because it was really, really cold up north. But I was layered up, and all I had was this bag, the triangle bag, and the seat bag on here. And I had a lightweight packable jacket with me, a down jacket, but it got so warm riding I had to take it off. I had nowhere to put it. So after that ride, I came back and ordered the Toe Peak bag, which is the same one I have over there on the Trek. And it's kind of angled up right now, you can see, but once you start putting weight in, it brings it down. I have stuff in that bag over there, so pretty much the angle where it's at right now is where it needs to be. Love this bag though. There's plenty of room in it to put a lightweight jacket, some other stuff, and it clamps on. And what I really, really like about it is, I know I'm not gonna be able to do this, so let me put this down for a second. All right, so I just loosened up the little lever down here so I can just pull it up. So anyway, it just pops off like that, and then if you want to take it with you, if you got your lunch or something in there, you're on a trip, you can just take it with you and do whatever you want with it. So, and then to put it back on, it just fits right back in there, and push it down, and clips right back in. And then little bonus, this mount here actually comes with a place to mount your GoPro or a bicycle computer. That's what it's actually made for. The GoPro mount actually doesn't really work because of the height. So I've tried putting this on, but this also isn't a real steady mount either, you know, so it does move around a little bit. I do have the GoPro mount on here, and so what I've done is, you look in the other video, I have purchased an Hohem iSteady Pro 3 gimbal. And I'm going to try this. I haven't tried it yet, but so the way I've got this though is, let me get this straight here. So this is actually going to mount right here. And the way it's going to mount up, it will sit right up against the mount there at this angle right here. And then I have a wrap, a Velcro wrap that will go around it to kind of hold it steady. But this will bring it up high enough where I'm over the bag and you can see, and it's going to be gimbaled. So it should be pretty good video quality as far as the movement goes. I've been having some issues with the sound quality though, because I didn't know this, but with a lot of gimbals, you actually get a lot of the motor noise comes through on it. So working on that still, and I did do a little modification on the GoPro. I just put basically one of those wind silencers on it, and it seems to be working so far. However, the audio still doesn't sound as good as what it does here on my phone. So going back, you've seen the bag from the last video, but just real quick, I want to tell you this is a great bag. This Rock Rose bag here, it's a hard case, and I have a Note 10. It's what I'm recording on right now, and it's Note 10 Plus. And this is the only bag that I've really found that fits it perfectly. On top of that, on this side, I don't have it in here right now, but on this side is where I keep the battery pack, and then cord comes through here and actually plugs right into the phone right there. So it fits perfect, and this is touch sensitive, so you can actually use your phone while you're writing, and I've found this bag to be excellent. Good quality, it's waterproof. Well, I say water resistant, not waterproof, but it is water resistant. And it also comes with a bag or a cover that you can actually put over this whole thing if it's really, really coming down. So Rock Rose, once again, thumbs up to your bag. I like it. Same thing with the triangle bag and the hard shell seat bag too. They're really great bags. I like them a lot. So going down here, same thing. So like I said, the bike has been holding up great as far as the frame goes. I've been looking it over, and there's no cracks or anything. Not that I've done any like serious mountain biking with it. Everything's been light trails and on the road. But when I first got the bike, so if you could probably see over there, I went to a one buy on it, and I found these cranksets, this crankset here, on Amazon for $38, I think it was, with the 32 sprocket. So I've changed that out, and this is a square taper, so I didn't have to change out the bottom bracket, which I was trying to avoid doing. I'll do that eventually, but just for money savings, I didn't want to have to mess with that right now. But what I did notice, when I first got the bike and it had the 3x drive up here, crankset, I was getting a popping noise out of it, and I don't know if that was coming from the actual sprocket assembly itself, because it's all welded together and there's nothing you can tighten up or anything. But once I changed over to this, I'm not getting that popping noise anymore. So if you're experiencing that, then maybe it's the same issue I was having, just a popping noise when you were cranking. Changed out to these bike pedals, all metal, and they are ball bearing. Inside there's 3 ball bearings. So these have been really good pedals. Got these on eBay also. I'm sorry, not eBay, Amazon. But other than that, yeah, I really like this now, and it's made a big difference as far as pedaling. It doesn't go fast, but got plenty of power now when you're trying to climb pretty steep hills. Also back here, I changed out the freewheel and went to a Mega Range freewheel. And the only gripe I have about this is the step between this tooth and this tooth. So when you're going up a hill, a steep hill, and you're on this one, And you know, with the 1x up there, it's actually pretty effortless. I mean, you're still breathing pretty hard on really steep hills, but once you like start topping that and you want to get into a lower gear and you go to this one, there's a big step between these two gears. It doesn't look like that much, but when you're pedaling and you hit this one right here, it's you feel it. So everything else is fine through the range of the gears except for this first step. So eventually, I think I'm going to change this whole thing out to a SRAM and probably go to an 11. And I don't know, because these are the wheels that came with the bike. They're just cheap Schwinn wheels, I guess, but they are double walled, so you know, they're a little bit more heavy duty. And the tires are 2 by 2.20. I'm sorry, 27.5 by 2.20 tires. Tires seem to be great. They hold up and they've got plenty of traction for the light stuff that I do. But this has been the only issue, and I would sure like to have more gears. So I'm gonna stay with the 1x up front, and then I'm gonna move to probably 11 gear sprocket back here. And this is a freewheel, so I want to go to a cassette, so I'll have to change out the wheels. So that's going to be a project for another time, because I'm not sponsored by anybody, so everything that I get I have to buy on my own. So it's just a matter of trying to save up and when I have the extra money for it. But anyway, so that's the next thing I'll do to it is SRAM. Not sure which derailleur yet. I still haven't looked. There's some that you can get the whole thing, you know, the derailleur and the cassette for, I think they're about $130, $140 for a really nice set. And I'm going to leave the front one alone. Anyway, that's it for that. It made a huge difference, though, as far as riding and the hills. So I don't have to mess with that front derailleur. And if you didn't know, the reason I took it off is because they used a really, really cheap derailleur up front. It was a non-branded one. And what it would do is when you would try to shift between the gears, as hard as you clamped it down, as tight as you got it, it would still move. So it would give that flex back and forth, and it was just so hard to try to even get it adjusted where it would consistently shift between the big sprocket and the small sprocket. It just wouldn't do it, so I just got tired of it and took it off, and much happier with the 1x on it now. All right, and then the last update is the Cell Royale seat. Actually, I got this at Walmart for 20 bucks, and I've actually been seeing this around at some the higher end bike shops. Cell Royale is actually, I guess, a pretty good brand as far as bike components go. But this seat here, I said I'd put it on and put some miles on it, and I have. I put about 50 miles on this seat, and I really like it. It is cushiony enough that it doesn't really hurt me any, and it's comfortable too. So I'll go ahead and not really a review, but I just say if you're considering buying this seat at Walmart, like I said, it was $20. It's well worth it, and it's a great seat, and it's real cushiony, and can't go wrong with that. All right, and it is called the Lata, and I was kind of joking around on a video one time, but I said it's a lot of seat for the money. So, you got it? All right. Anyway, that's the update, and oh, one more thing. So, I bought these lights from a cheap website that said they were $6. I'm not going to name the website. I'm not very happy with them. I will never order from them again. But if you can see the size of these lights, right? And you know, on the website they said that they were 600 lumens, really, really bright. And I kind of expected them to be about the size of, say, this one right here. And you can see the difference in size. This one is really, really bright. Real happy with this light. So I kind of thought that these would be the same size because they didn't really have a picture of it next to anything that you could judge the size, you know, like next to somebody's hand or even on the bike. They were just sitting on like a white background. And so I should have known you get what you pay for. These were $5 each. Finally got them and put them, you know, I was going to put them on, but they're so freaking dim. So I just decided, okay, well, what am I going to do with them? I just don't want to toss them or sit them in the drawer. So I put them on the front forks. And yeah, I don't know. It's probably a dorky move. I'll probably end up taking them off. They're not very bright at all. They're even brighter, less bright than the Z-Fault light that I have, that I put on that one over there, which is okay. That one's kind of bright, and it does an okay job. But these here, like I said, they're pretty much toss-away lights, and they are rechargeable. But yeah, it is. You get what you pay for. So that's it. Anyway, that's the update on the Schwinn. The next thing I'll be doing on it is changing out the rear derailleur, and probably going to be changing out the wheels too, to be able to go to a cassette on the back here. And really happy with the bike though. The Schwinn overall has been a great bike. It's still right around 33 pounds right now. That helped a lot, taking off that front 3x up there and going to the 1x. So it helped. 33 pounds without the frame bags and stuff, so that adds weight to it, but just by itself is around 33 pounds. So anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.